Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Here we go. This is lesson number 8. Thanks for joining me. I'm Greg Granger, and this lesson is going to be a little different. I want to introduce you to some of the tools that we use in the drum slash percussion world. I'm a little, you know, I don't know. I'm going to pull some stuff out, and we're just going to have some fun. But first, let's do this disclaimer, okay? If you are under 18, tell your parents you are doing this session. Feel free to ask questions and make comments, but stay safe online by just using your first name. Don't give out your contact details, and I hope you enjoy today's session. One of these days, I'm going to just memorize that disclaimer. Yeah? Cool. So, week 8, I want to introduce you to and explain different types of sticks, mallets, and these guys, brushes. And we're just gonna have some fun and try some different things. So I hope you are ready to explore. Cool. So let's start with brushes. These are brushes, wire brushes. See, it's actually made out of like a nice type of wire here. These are retractable. And I buy these because the ones that I used to have that did not retract, pull this little handle and it goes, pull this guy right here and it actually falls into the handle. It protects the brushes, keeps the brushes from getting bent. These guys will bend very easily. And I would bend most of mine. You put them in your stick bag, and then you put sticks in on top of them, and the next thing you know, they're bent. So they make different types. This is a wire one. They make nylon brushes. They make ones that do not retract, but I like the ones that do. Okay. Um, when the music is light, most of the time you'll see brushes. The first thing you think about is what? What kind of music? Marching band music? Big snare drum and crash cymbals? No, no. Come on. What's the other type? Uh, that's right, jazz. Most of the time, if you think about brushes, you think about jazz. Cool. Yeah, baby. Solid. Yeah, cat daddy. All that kind of stuff. I should have a beret on right now. But they have a special kind of sound. Can you hear that? Or very light, very light. Now, I'm using a real drum, a real snare drum for this demonstration. This is my Brady. And I'm using an Evans Genera Dry, and it's coated. They make different heads that are coated, some that are clear, but to really get the effect of a brush, you want to play them on a nice coated head, okay? And if you do, you can hear that, right? You hear that? Right. And that's the effect that you want to get when you play a brush on a nice coated snare head. That beat, I know you know that beat. Yeah. Okay, so that's my jazz imitation. Brushes are very, very cool on cymbals too. Although this is an electronic cymbal, so it's not going to have the same effect. But this guy is a real acoustic cymbal. This is my Sabian. I'm a Sabian guy. I told you guys, I play Sabian cymbals and Pearl drums and Veda drumsticks and Evans drums here. So I really appreciate everything that these companies do for me, and they have great equipment. But this is my Sabian HH Thin Crash. So you hear that? So whenever I use brushes, I'll use brushes on cymbals just to create different colors, different techniques, different colors. Let me use that word instead of saying techniques. I'll split the brush right here between the cymbal. And I'll create a nice little roll. Sometimes I'll take this, the end of the part that you pull, the little circle. I don't know the technical name for it, so I'm going to call it the end of the rod that you pulled, shaped like a circle. For me, that's what these guys have. But I'll use that to create a color. I'll just drag it lightly over the cymbal, over the grooves. It's a nice little thing at the end of a song. Nice build up, and then the band has held that last chord, and then you go. Nice colors. Okay, so brushes are used to create that sound, that jazz beat, nice and light, it's not too loud. Put the hi-hat in with it. You can scrape it over the head to kind of get like a little roll type of thing. All I'm doing is moving it. Okay? Kind of sounds like a train, doesn't it? All right, cool. So I'm going to slide these guys back in. And like I said, this is just an introduction to the weapons and the tools. And I kind of want you to know how they sound and what they're used for. We put this back on this floor tom. Now, you've seen these. Actually, let's go to these guys right here. Vader makes these, and these are called, I want to make sure, because I always say the wrong name, but these are called splash lights. Now, they're like little round cylinders of wood, real tiny. Now, they make thicker ones, but I like these lights because the light ones have a nice little sound when you play, when you use them. Not quite as loud as a stick, right? Right? But not quite as soft as a brush. Here, right in the middle. That's what I like about them. Because there are some jobs where the brush groove, if, let's say that I still have to be funky, I still have to have a nice tight groove, but I can't be too loud. And if I'm playing, now that's not bad. And some cats play, actually that's pretty funky, isn't it? Right. But they might want the groove to be just a little heavier. So then I'll break out these guys, the lights, the splash lights. Not as heavy as sticks, but not as light as brushes. That's what I like about them. Now, I don't know how, yeah, they're not getting a reaction from the electronic kit, but on a nice hi-hat, like a real hi-hat, you put this guy on a snare, oh, you're talking about some nice funky sounds. It's killing. Okay, so now you have mallets, and there are different types of mallets. I don't have all of my mallets right now. These mallets are used with marimbas or different types of bells. Marimbas are like the wooden xylophones. Yeah, these belong to my daughter Diane. She played marimbas. I did not learn marimbas. It's on my bucket list of an instrument that I really do want to learn. I think if you're gonna be a percussionist, you should be a percussionist. You should cover the whole gamut. You know, I play congas and bongos and timbales, but marimbas, xylophones, get in there, okay? Go ahead and get in that guy. But these, it's like a cloth string wrapped around. Some of them wrap around a little rubber ball. I'm not going to tear this apart. And some of them are wrapped around wood. But it creates, if I hit my snare with it, it's still pretty solid. But if I hit the cymbal, you hear it? Almost has like a gong kind of effect. Yeah. This cymbal is suspended. It's on a cymbal stand. So in a concert band, they would call this a suspended cymbal, right? So lots of times in classical music, concert band music, they'll ask for cymbal rolls. Nice. Even in some pop music, some R&B music, you hear I use cymbal rolls a lot just to create, again, textures and moods and colors to do the swell. Take my hand and just lightly dampen it. Yeah? All right. Now, this is a different type of mallet, and these mallets are not mine. I left my felt mallets in the UK, in my UK stick bag, and I'm in the US. But these belong to a buddy of mine. But see, this is a felt tip on here. This is like a cloth string that is wrapped around some type of ball, either wooden or rubber. But this is felt, and it's going to have a different sound. Ah, let's see. Does it really? I guess because it's more of a hard felt, it's kind of similar. It's really close. It's really close. But they make soft felt, which will have a nice, instead of hearing the attack, it will be a muffled type of hit. But they make soft ones, they make large ones, they make the small ones, they make smaller ones than this even. Okay? So, mallets, brushes. Cool. All right. Different companies make different versions of this. The Vader one, this is called the Splash Light. And they make a thicker one. They make one that these little cylinders are actually wider. So it's louder, but it still isn't as loud as a drumstick. Okay? All right. I'm going to stick this guy in here for now and put this up here for now. Now, we saw my drumsticks. That's what I've been using through all these lessons. I use the size 7A, Manhattan 7A by Vader. But I think in my rudimental lesson, I think that may have been lesson 7, I think, I used this marching band drumstick. Now, notice the size. I don't know if you can see that this one is larger than this one. The diameter is rounder, it's thicker. And it's longer. Yeah? And the tip is different. This is the tip of the drumstick. Okay? Now, hear the difference in the tip? Tips are made, they have different shapes. Some tips are actually plastic tips. These are wooden. But the size of the tip and the material that the tip is made out of will have a different sound on your cymbals. It's a nice, big, thick, round tip. Right? Different sound, more of an attack, a little bit more solid. So these sticks are mostly used, these are marching band drumsticks, and they make even thicker ones where it's even the diameter is even thicker, and the weight is going to be different, and the length is going to be different. Easier to control when you have to play rudiments. When you use a thicker marching band drumstick. Okay? I won't go over rudiments. We did that already. But marching band sticks, thicker tip, thicker stick, longer stick, and the size I use, a Manhattan 7A. Yeah? Nice, slim tip. At least the tip that I like, the sound that I like on the cymbal. And this is a thin crash. It's not even, playing a cymbal like this is called riding it. But this is a crash cymbal. You hit it hard like that, that's called crash. Okay? All right, cool. Now, if we took this cowbell, nice old cowbell, should have seen the cow that I got this cowbell off. I tell you, you think this is old. Ooh. Yeah, I'll tell you another one if you believe that. So let's experiment. Let's see what this sounds like if I hit this cowbell. Interesting tone, right? Just for the sake of it, let's see what it sounds like if I use the lights. Okay. So what you play and what you hit the instrument with will change the tone. It'll change the color. You know, a good percussionist, sometimes you just have to come up with different colors for different sounds or different grooves for different songs. I know that's a lot. Different colors for different grooves, for different sounds, for different songs. Yeah, but you do. And I would put this cowbell just like this. Yeah. Now, if I turn it around where I'm hitting with the handle, the end of the handle, because it's plastic and it's harder, or if I'm hitting with the shaft of the stick here on the handle, whole different sound. Let's see what it sounds like if I use brushes on this guy. Nothing. You like that? One note samba. So different sound altogether, different color, which should inspire you to create rhythms. For instance, dun, 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 the nice pan that I played one time, and I think I used these guys, right? The spoon and the fork. The spoon and the fork. Kind of one sound. Nice and hard, yeah? But what happens if I take these brushes, these string brushes? Oh, turn the snares off. Different sound. Okay? So, these mallets, I said brushes, these mallets are definitely softer. They have a softer sound, and I believe inside of here is rubber. So when you're in the house, and if you don't have drums, pull some different things out and have some fun with them. Get some different sticks. I'm just going to put the brushes on here. You know what I'm saying? You can just create different grooves all on your own and have a good time doing it. What else is in this guy right here? A water bottle. It's empty. Now, so I'm looking for the best place to hit it to see what it would sound like. Let's use this marching band stick. This sounds lower up top, doesn't it? Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? Different things you can do to make some different sounds and come up with some different grooves, right? Let's see what else. I'm enjoying this. And if you listen to records, there are different pop records where you hear a sound and you may not know what it is. Well, a lot of times engineers have taken programs and then they'll sample these certain sounds and then they'll put them in a loop. And you'll be, man, that is funky. What is that? And you really have no idea. It could be anything. For instance, there's nothing in here. I'm not drinking on the job. This is an empty bottle of wine. But, let's see. And that's just the handle of this mallet because it's a nice thin material. At the same time, what would it be like if I used a stick? Ooh, you hear the difference? More pronounced, I think. I think that's the word. Which one do you prefer? This one? We're in the studio right now. You're saying, okay, Greg, I need some type of light sound that I want to put on this record. Find me something. So you get this bottle. It's empty. There was a session in the studio and there was a lot of, I don't know, there was a party and you find a nice empty bottle. So then you say, okay, how about this? If I use, they say, yeah, that's okay, but we want to find something different. So then you say, okay, I have just a sound for you. And that's actually not too bad. So, do you prefer that or this guy? See, this is, they say, yeah, that's not working. That's just too. You have a bottle, you have something you can grab something. Don't find something that you can break, but I'll wait a second. Find something. Find, I don't know, a plastic cup. Get a plastic bottle. Maybe you just finished drinking some juice. Okay? And let's go, since everybody will have a wooden spoon or a wooden fork, I'm going to try a fork. Grab something and help me out here. Got your pot? Okay? Right? Now, Michael Jackson did a song called Working Day and Night. You got me working day and night. Oh, my baby. Got me working day and night. Listen to the beginning of that song, but they're different. He used different bottle sounds, I believe. That's what I was told. And depending on the size of the bottle and where you hit it, and he's doing that breathing thing. can't do it. But check it out. Working day and night. It's either got me working day and night or working day and night. Check out that intro. All right. That's an example of what you can do when you get different. You just use your imagination to come up with different things. All right. Cool. Now, let's see if we can have some fun here. I'm going to turn this down. Let's see. What if... That's not bad, right? 1, 2, 3. Check it out. Uh. What did I do? What did I just do there? What did I do? What did I just do there? What did I just play? That was part of a paradiddle. Paradiddle, paradiddle, paradiddle. And then I stopped on the pad. Single paradiddle. Interesting combination of a small pot and a small pan, right? Yeah, cool. So you don't need to have a drum set to work on rhythms and to practice different things. You can even do your rudiments. Flam accents. Now I'm using my lights. Let's see what the difference is in the sound. Woo. Yeah, it's like a really annoying, hard, mechanical. Yeah, nah. Definitely wouldn't use that on this or that either. Spoon and the fork could work. Still loud. Let's check out the brushes. Let's see. Brushes aren't bad. I probably couldn't do the jazz. Yeah. Might be a little bit too small, but it's still not bad. So basically what I'm saying is, one, two, three. Play anything with me. Play anything with me, okay? I'm going to play it in 4/4. We're going to make something up. You got your pots and pans or your drum set or your table. Just play something with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Paradiddle. Paradiddle. Good job. Great job. So, accents. Since we have these different weapons, I'm going to call them, they're not, it's interesting how you can take one thing and just from changing where the accent is what? I told you that last week? Right. When you hit it harder, whatever it is, the drum, the cymbal, the pot, that's the accent. A lot of times, a lot of beats come from accents. A lot of grooves come from accents, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. With the accent, and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and. Okay? A lot of fun. You can just come up with stuff and create it and have a good time. So, we talked about the brushes. We talked about mallets. We talked about the drumstick. You guys know your rudiments. You know your time signatures. I don't need to go back over that. Although, while I set up for this next little thing that I want to have fun with, let's do a quick refresher. I need to make some room here. 3/4 time. It means there are 3 beats in the measure. The 4 represents the what? The quarter note. That's right. So the quarter note gets the beat. If we're in 7/8, how many beats are in the measure? Top number always tells you that. Very good. There's 7 beats in a measure. Where can I put this stuff? I don't know. Let's just put it down here, I guess. And the 8th note is equal to 1 beat. Is that right? There you go. Okay, cool. Now, let's put this here and put this over here. If you hear any fireworks, it's some type of celebration going on. And I guess they just wanted to wait right until I decided to do this lesson to celebrate. So that's what you hear. It's nothing else other than a celebration. Cool. Let's put this here. I think I'll keep these out. Okay. Cool. All right. Questions tell me that you want to see some other type of mallets or other type of sticks. They have some aluminum sticks. Now, these sticks, check them out. These are metal, aluminum, solid, like heavy. And these are good to practice with. You shouldn't practice with them too long, okay? Because you don't want to overwork your muscle. But a good exercise to use to practice using these aluminum sticks are single stroke rolls. And you can use single stroke rolls on, I don't have a pillow here with me, but if you put a pillow, let's say on this drum, and you just do single stroke rolls, I'll use a match grip like this. It will definitely help to strengthen up your forearm muscles. And like I said, not too long because you don't want to mess anything up. I normally practiced about 5 minutes with them, okay? Do not play any drums with these guys because they are aluminum metal sticks, but they're for practicing, building up that arm strength. Cool? All right, very good. So, did you miss this kit? Did you miss it at all? No? Not really? Okay, well, we're still going to mess with this. Now, what I couldn't do on the electronic snare drum, I just couldn't get the right sound to do this. I'll put this there. Hopefully it won't fall off. Is a side stick or a rim shot. Side stick. Can you see that? Okay? That's when you're placing the stick sideways across, and you just take your hand. This hand is staying muted on the head, at least that's the way I do it, and bring it up, and that's your side stick. just having fun. Turn the snares on and off. Let me show you that too. So on a real snare drum, there we go. See these wires right here? These are called snares. The snare drum is the only drum that has the snares on it. This is a throw. You can throw the snares on, throw the snares off. Okay? This head is very thin, which when you bring it up and you hit the top of the head, it causes the snares to vibrate. That's how the snare drum gets that sound. Take the snares off, then you kind of just have another tom-tom. But that's why this guy is called a snare drum. Okay, so I won't tighten it back down. But snares off, snares on. Right? Snares off. Got like a rough, kind of like a conga sound going on. Got it? Cool. So you can also that's how you just make up some different sounds. You never know what you're going to have to do in the studio. Okay, that's just me bringing my hand up with a little cup in it. It's a conga technique. All right, so just showing you some different things you can come up with. And it helps to have different sticks. I call them my weapons, different weapons to use. Now, last but not least is this crazy drum set. I got this guy here instead. I'm going to bring the sounds up in this setting. This is my Pearl E Pro that they make. There are different electronic drums out there. They make a newer model of this with some fantastic sounds, but this has some killer sounds as well. But you can also have some fun sounds with it. I'm just kind of showing you some stuff, okay? To kind of make practicing a little fun. I have one of the people listening, a good friend of mine named Mark. He just went out and bought an electronic drum set, and because he lives in an apartment where an acoustic kit would maybe be too loud, but I'm sure he should be exploring all the different sounds and having a good time with it. So, for instance, making something up here. Right? You hear that? Yeah. One more time. Yeah! Yeah! that's just, and this is the kit I've been doing the lessons on. But you've heard real drum sounds, but there are a lot of different things you can have. So, playing drums, have some fun with it. Mess around, get the pots, get the buckets. We talked about sticks. We talked about brushes. If you play drums, you should always have a pair of brushes. You should have a pair of mallets. You should have some different types of drumsticks. And if you can get those light sticks by, I'm going to recommend Veda. That's what you want to get. Okay. I will see you next Thursday. Hopefully the celebration will be over. I'll see you at 4 p.m. UK time. And be safe. Have a good one. So long. Bye-bye.